Hey everyone, this is Terry Morrow from tomorrowstreasures.blogspot.com. I'm here to show you a short video on how I made my Matchbox Mini using envelopes. I got the original idea from Kathy Orta at paperphenomenon.blogspot.com. She used paper sacks that she bought at Michael's, and I'm using envelopes that I bought at Hobby Lobby. Also used a Cricut cartridge called Art Philosophy, sold only through Close to My Heart. I cut out these flowers and rolled them. And then I used the Roxie paper, also sold through Close to My Heart, for all my pages inside the album. And I used the note cards by Paper Studios, found at Hobby Lobby. This is the 5x7 pack. It's sold in a package of 50. It's $9.99, but if you use your 40% off coupon, I believe you can get them for like $6. $6 and change. Anyway, I used 6 envelopes and 5 card bases. Now, I'll show you how I make my cover first, and let's go from here. Okay, for the front cover, I cut down 1 card base to 6 3/8 by 8 7/8. I scored on 3 sides only at a 1/2 inch. I mitered the corners, and then I scored from the top to 1 1/4 and 1 3/4. Now to put and I used red line tape or score pal tape, hot glue, anything that's going to have a strong bond to it, because the envelopes and the envelope inserts or the card bases are a little sturdier. So you want a good heavy bond. And then you fold the sides in first, the 2 sides, and then you fold your top in right here. Kathy Orta also showed us this little trick, giving you a nice finish edge when you get through versus a cut edge. I mean, cut edges are nice, but when you're making a mini album, having a nice folded edge like this makes your album look a lot better. Now that's my front cover. For the back cover, or the back flap, I cut my card base down to 6 3/8 by 9 3/8, and then I scored at 7 1/4 and 7 1/2. Once again, I scored on 3 sides only at 1/2 inch, mitered my corners. You fold the inside in and then the bottom, and that's going to form your back part, which is the bottom of the matchbook right here. Okay? Once you get through doing all that, you will create your cover. This is what your cover is going to look like. What you do is I'll lay the back of the bottom, which is your bottom flap, down first, and I'll lay the top, which I say the top, which is the outside of your front cover, on top of that back page. See what I'm talking about? So this is my back flap right here. This is my front. So the front will be laying on top of the back like this. So you can glue your papers together. So I glue my pages together right here, once again using a nice bond tape. So this is what I'm talking about. You see, this is the front flap glued on top of the back. So your back flap will go all the way to where your first score line is, which is 1 1/4. You make it meet right there, and you put your tape down. Now say when you put it down and you go over a little bit, whatever, just get a straight edge and cut the edge right there. Okay, for the cover, like this is the cover right here. I'm going to, for the matting of the cover, which is the front cover, the front and the inside of the front flap, you cut your matting to 5 1/8 by 6, and then for the front of your little matchbook slide part, it's 1 1/4 by 5 1/8. I'm sorry about this one, guys. This is 1/8 by 5 1/8, and then the top is right here. This is 3/8 by 5 1/8, and then your back mat will be 5 1/8 by 7 1/4. This will fit the inside and the outside. So when you open up your book, you're going to have a cover here, and then you're going to have your little 3/8 inch matting right here. You want to cover all of this up. All your paper will be hidden, all your lines, everything will be hidden. You do not have to put anything down here. So you're going to have a mat on the bottom, a mat here, a mat in the middle, and a mat here, and then your mat on the front, and a mat on the back. Now let's go to the inside of the card, of the mini book. Now I made it so you can make 2 different style pages. This one I'm calling just a pull out without a tab. You know, I made a little half moon cut right here, and then this is my insert, and that just goes inside of there, and you can pull it out. You can add ribbon or whatever you want to on top of it if you like, but I'm just going to leave mine blank. So for this type of envelope, I cut my envelope down to 7 inches, and then I scored it at 1 1/4. This is going to go, the part that's going to go inside of the matchbook, okay? And then for the insert, I cut my card base in half, which is going to be 5, and then I cut it down to 5 1/2, and to make the matting on that one, your mat's going to be 4 3/4 by 5 1/4. See, it mats all the way perfectly around. Then you insert it into your card base like that. Okay, that's if you want to use, if you just want to have this little thumb pull out right here. Now the matting for that, for your envelope, is going to be 5 by 5 5/8, but just remember you got to cut out this little thumb part right here too, or that defeats the purpose of having the thumb part. Okay, now if you want to make an envelope with a tab, then I cut my envelope down to 6 3/4 and scored it again at 1 1/4, and then my other card base, I cut it down to 5 by 5 3/8, and I attached a tab to that. You can attach any tab you want, a circle, ribbon, whatever, anything that'll work for you. Then the mat for that is 4 3/4 by 5 1/8, and then you just insert it into your card. Oops, sorry. Insert it into your envelope, and there's your little tab sticking out of the top. Okay? Once you get all your envelopes together, like I did here, I have 6 envelopes. I glue them at the bottom right here. There's my pages folded, scored and folded, so when I'm flipping through my book, everything will flip forward like this. I tape from the bottom and work my way up to the top. And then when you get to the last envelope, if you'll notice that I only put a little piece of strip of sticky tape right here and did not glue it all the way to the top. Because if you glue it all the way to the top, you're not going to be able to insert your front flap. So make sure you just only put glue at the very bottom. So then you get your cover, which is this right here. This is my matchbook cover. I open it up like this. Of course, I'm already going to have the matting done on the inside before I put the envelopes in there. Okay, then I'm going to put my envelope right here on that score line, just like that. Then I'm going to glue it down really well. Close my book, and that's your matchbook right there. Closes perfectly. Your book will fit right in there perfect. If you like, you can put a strip of glue on the back of your envelopes if you like, just to help sturdy it right here. And then on the back, you can put the glue all the way to the top like this, because the back doesn't matter. So you just glue it down first, and then glue your front cover down, and then you make sure you have room to insert your cover. Always insert your cover before you put your glue down, because you want to make sure you know exactly how far down your cover is going to go. See, my cover goes down probably like 1/4 of an inch, so that leaves me with, looks like 3/8 of an inch left over, and I don't want to go past that. Then you can also put a staple right there if you like. You can poke 2 holes in there and put a ribbon through there. Do it however you like to. But on mine, I just added this big bling right here. Didn't add anything else to it. My flap fits perfectly right inside of there. And that's my matchbook mini. Thanks for looking.